Hello, all, back with another video on this old rugged cross part 2. We did some things what I showed you the other day. This camera just up here. This was like the top part. We clear coated it, of course. I just did a sanding on it. We're going to clear coat this again. And what I went ahead and did is I cut this. This is out of Hickory. All you do is route your edges. I have a router. I'd like to start showing you. When I do a little more, I'll probably show you more of it. This was just a project the wife wanted me to redo. I should have showed the original. It was pretty rough. You just take, well, my router's a little crooked here. I don't know why that's like that. I got a guard on my router so I can follow and you basically, you want to cut your corners. I cut them at a 45-degree angle over here on the chop saw. And then I measured it between 35 and 45 inches on and actually I used a square. You just basically put your square and line up your numbers. So, like, I did 45 to 35, which is roughly, I don't know if you can see it on the scale. So, where I got it here, the number 35 and 45. So, you just line them up for the angle you want. Take your pencil pretty much at the 45. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Right here, the 35, right here, and the 45, and I just swiped it there, got them lined up, swiped there, put it on a 45 angle on the chop saw, and cut the angles. And then I did the same thing on this side, pretty much, and took the router. You take your router pretty much. This is a handheld. My other router, I like this because I got more motion with it than my set and still router where it's mounted. And the bearings are out, so I'm really trying not using it. It smokes and gets hot, so that'll be replaced. I'm going to be getting a joiner here soon, and more than likely down the road when the funds are right, I'm wanting to get a drum sander. So those are some things on my list. Getting my shop done's another. I got to jump up in the roof. I'm going to put a patch into this area over here. We're going to patch that in. I'm going to use some of that rubber sealant on my roof and try to patch that and get me through as long. I don't know if I'm going to get to this year yet. Even we're running out of time. I'll have to wait and see where my funds are in September. It might be early September before I can get to it. And we're going to try to roll roof it. It's $50 a roll, not a sheet. I mean, the rolls are pretty big. I could do one section with a roll. So we want to do this whole roof. I'm probably looking at $200 just for the rolls, and then it's $100 because we found, my brother likes this new stuff he got. It's like a rubber tar sealant. It's really good. He said it works well. Those are over $100 for a gallon. So I think it's a gallon, maybe it's 2 gallons, but it's very expensive. I'm looking at $300 right there and whatever else we need. So probably just to do this roof, we're looking at between $400 and $600 with us doing it. So maybe even more. So I know we had almost $800 in the roof in the kitchen, maybe a little more. I don't know, rough estimate. But I had to have like 6 rolls of that, and I got lucky and got it on sale. And then we got drip edge, all that stuff. And I think we was around $800 to $1,000 probably on that roof, doing it ourselves. So this one's not as big. So I'm guessing, maybe 600, 800 too. I don't know. Just depends on what drip edge tar, what prices are on that road roofing. I thought about doing it metal. I don't know yet. I might look into that and see if it's cheaper. If it's cheaper, just get the metal roofing. I'd probably do that, and I want to do that on my house eventually too, all metal roofing. Nothing like angry on the tin roof when it rains. Love the sound of that rain hitting those tin roofs, man. It's a beautiful sound. So, yeah, that's Edwin McCain, one of my favorite songs. It's called I'll Be. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to touch bases with you guys on this. Like I said, took my router, handheld router, planed all these edges, took it down the edge, pretty much did that, and then what happens is a lot of times you get these little burrs. I don't know if you can see them, but I got to sand this edge here yet, and this edge, and these ain't always perfect when you route them. So what I always do, which I need to get these sanded to these little end cuts here. That's a little off. I'm going to sand that flush like I did this one. You want to sand these edges and make it, they look real nice when you sand them. I gotta, like I said, I gotta sand that down yet. I'll put it on the clamps and sand this bottom edge too, and these. So, but make sure you sand all your stuff nice. I did a 60 grit on this. I usually do a 36 grit if it's really bad, but it wasn't so bad. So I do I got a 36. I'd like to do a 40 grit. I like doing 40 and 60 grit for the rough sanding, and then of course I do like a 180, a 220, and a 320, and I usually right around 320. You don't really need to go much more than that unless you're doing something with a lot of scratches. And I am going to get some higher end sandpaper up in the thousands, 800, 600, 400, stuff like that, just to have it on hand. So I just want to touch base. I wanted to show you what we had done. I'll give you an idea what this is going to look like. There's the cross. So this is going to go basically on here, which I ain't figured out yet how I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to put screws in the back and screw it in. I haven't figured that one out yet. I know I'm going to glue it for sure. And that's basically, there it is with it together. Let's get a little closer for you. Sorry guys. So there it is with that. Kind of gives it a 3D look, which I think is kind of neat. And then I'm going to do another one that touches here and goes up, so it'll have two parts. And then that's basically going to be it. I showed the wife and asked her a couple questions. She wanted to, I don't know if you could see it. Let me back this. She wanted me to round the corners on this to give it a little more, that angle look for it. There's a lot of angles, and she wanted it to kind of match up. So, good idea on her part. So, yeah, so there it is. We're going to do another part like this, only smaller. And that's going to be mounted there. And then we're going to stain this, give it a rustic look. We're going to sand the stain. I got to do the back, clear coat the front. And that's pretty much it. So then we'll have that done, and that's what that looks like. And I might build another one. I'm thinking about building another and then selling that one online. And maybe down the road I'll build a couple of them. We'll raffle one off, and we'll put one up for free, and we'll take a drawing or send your name in. We'll figure it out, however that works. I've never done anything like it yet on here, so but I'd like to do something, for you guys all watching, subscribing, and liking. I appreciate it. And then leave your comments below. I mean, I don't like negative comments. We're Christian folks, but try to be decent with what you're wording. If you want to give some criticism, I understand. I get it. A comment's a comment. So, but I'm looking for good feedback, if at all possible. I know we bounce around a lot, but we eventually get to these videos, and I try not to make them too long. I just try to give you guys an idea of what we've done, how we've done it. like I said, I'm gonna grout or finish sanding this. I can want you guys show you what I do when I'm sanding. I mean, you know, everybody knows sanding, but I'll clamp it to the bench for now. I can't do it. I thought about building a platform in wood and then putting a when I do the finished part of the shelf or the bench, maybe put some hinges. I can lift it up because I can put clamps through here, lift this up, clamp something to it. But we'll figure it out. That's down the road. And I've got some ideas. I'm going to put a small doors on these that open up eventually, and 6 drawers if I can get them in there. But anyway, we're going to try to finish this up and at least get everything ready to go until I can figure out. I may have to put holes in the back, and I'll countersink those and I'll fill them in with some wood filler and sand it. You won't see the screws. It'll be pretty nice, and get this done for her. And I told her it'd be a couple days. I like to take my time on them and get them done nice. I re-sanded this. I got a re-clear coat. I get these little bubbles I haven't gotten before in my clear coat. I sand them. I got some of them up here. I might sand one more of that. I don't know where they're coming from. I've never had that problem, basically. I got a few here or there, but I was able to correct. But these ones, I'm getting like little white. I don't know what it is. I don't know if my clear polyacrylic clear coat is bad or not, or what's going on with it. But they said that if you put it on too fast, one guy said just take real light strokes and that'll help. So we'll try that. I usually just take it across the grain, you know, swipe it. I try not to go too fast. But I'm going to try that routine, see how that works. I got a little sanding here. I'll wet sand this to help keep the scratches down. And of course, I'm going to re-clear coat this and the top of this. Whoa. Everything's falling apart. Sorry, guys. See? Things happen, guys. Unexpected. But I'm going to re-clear coat that. And we're going to re-clear coat this. I mean, it's shiny now. It just, we got where we sanded it. So once we get that clear coated, that'll look a lot better. So, yeah, you can see, like I said, it's shiny. But since I sand it's kind of smooth. I got a little bit to do here and there, and then I'll have to basically wet sand that. I just take a wet cloth, basically. And it's a water-based clear coat, so it won't hurt nothing. I just rub the water on here, and I'll take my 320 grit sandpaper and we'll kind of rub this in, give it a little smoothing, a little bit here. Wipe this down, and it's kind of removing them, so that's a good thing. Make sure you always wipe it down. You don't want any residue, because if you clear coat, you got residue, you're going to get some issues. So make sure you always try to wipe it. I'll take a dry rag, wipe over it. Like I said, I got some spots. Those will probably cover now that they're sanded down. And that's all there is to it. It looks really good. I don't see the bubbles. I can see a little bit, but those are grayed out, which the clear coat will cover those eventually, and you won't see them at all. But that's all there is. And I got to clear coat this yet, and basically I got to do the back. I got to stain that, clear coat that, and weather the back too. It's still got the original. That's a Hickory. I like what I like doing is why I like staining. I use a mahogany. It's like my favorite. I have used a cherry wood, a mahogany. I've used coffee. Coffee's a real dark, almost a black color. What I like about staining it, actually, it brings out the designs of the wood and the grain, and it looks real pretty even after staining. I know it's a hard wood. Like, why are you staining a hard wood? it's beautiful the way it is. And yeah, I get it, but something I like to do, and I don't always stain them. Sometimes I just rough them up and give them a clear coat and let it go at that if I like the way the wood's looking. And this is another piece we're going to be doing for the front part. I'll have to cut the corners, like I said, and this is going to be planed down to this. Oh, no, where's it at? This. So I'll plane this down to the same size, and we'll do the same thing, only it's going to be like that big. So it's going to be beautiful. We're done. I'll probably make another one again. I might make this too. I'll put one up for sale probably. I sell a lot of products on eBay, so you can. I also got stuff on eBay, woodworking, electronics and stuff. We were working on our own platform as far as selling stuff. It's in the making. It's expensive. Everything you do on those programs costs money. So we've got. I think we just spent. We got $500 or $600 wrapped up in it, and it's been on hiatus for a while because we need to be able to pay for the servers, and funding's been a little low, and haven't had the funding to kick it off completely. So we've been playing around with it. We had it up for a little bit. He had to take it down, do some stuff to it, but eventually we're hoping on having our own web store. It'll be woodworking and electronics combined. We'll have a woodworking section for all the woodworkers, and then we'll have a section for electronics. And that's our goal. It's going to be RushWorx WoodWorx. And electronics, I guess. We'll figure the logo out when we get there. But yeah, it'll be. I'm trying to. I love computers. Don't get me wrong; they're a hassle. I've been really wanting to get into this woodworking thing and kind of focus more on it. As far as because electronics, I haven't had much luck lately, and I've had stuff on there 2 months and it's just sitting there. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Eventually, maybe I'll just drop out of the run. Other than doing our precision computers, I might be getting out of the sales part of electronics. I don't know yet. Depends on how it goes. If my woodworking takes off and it starts getting better, and once I get some stuff out there, a lot of stuff I get out there, the wife falls in love with it. She wants it. So what do you do with your wife? I give it to her. I've made tables, and I got a little footstool I made. That's a good question. I don't even know where that's at. I broke the base of it. I had to repair the base. I don't see it. Yeah, that's odd. I'm going to have to find that because that's weird. I haven't seen it. Yeah, it was on my. I think I put it anywhere. It was over here. I'm not seeing it. That was a neat little bench. I built it for my granddaughter, and I don't know what happened. I mean, this is a hard wood, and I sat down on it, and the thing split right in the middle, and I'm like, that was odd. That thing was solid. We've stood on it, jumped up and down on it, nothing. And all of a sudden, I sat down one day and went right through it. So, don't know what happened there. Could have been a weak spot in the wood that we didn't catch. I glued everything good. It was solid little. In fact, I have a little base of it left. I just cut it down, sanded it, used it for like, yeah, I'm not seeing that either. I got one in my kitchen for putting stuff hot on my island. Yeah, I had a little piece. That's odd. Maybe lost that. Never know. Things just up and vanish sometimes. Yeah, I gotta get the shop. I got everything, trying to get everything cleaned up in the shop. But all right, guys. Well, I just wanted to touch bases with you. I appreciate y'all watching. We're gonna have more stuff as we go. Like I said, we'll have plenty. I always got some project going on, and we'll try to get in there and get you into that. Wherever the action is, that's where Rush is. Where the action is. So Yep, we'll see what's next, and you never know what's on the agenda or what we're going to be doing. Like I said, if I touch bases on this will be a part 2 of this whole rugged cross, a gift for the, not a gift, it's rebuild for the wife, I guess. She wanted a rebuild on it, an updated version of what I can do, and I try to put my whole heart into everything, guys. When I do this, it's important. I don't like flaws, and I understand a lot of people say it just gives a character. Well, you know, I'm not trying. It's not a perfect world. You're never going to get anything perfect. I understand that. I mean, if you could get it close, perfection is perfected. It just, you can get it where you want it. Like I said, this ain't a perfect world. If you think we're living in a perfect world, I've said it many a times, you're in the wrong world. So definitely you can get it close. I mean, everybody's gonna have flaws somewhere. There's gonna be something. I have a buddy, he'll pick something. I'm like, dude, you really gotta, can you really, you know, do you really see that little fourth of a quarter, whatever it is, a millimeter off? I mean, really? So, like I said, it's not a perfect world. You're going to have flaws. But as long as they're not horrific, I mean, if you don't want something that's a gap in it that big, you can see a gap, you want to fix those things, but get it as close as you can. Like I always say, it's your project. You do it how you see fit. Like I said, you don't got to point out, oh, look at this, look at that. You don't want to do all that. It ain't no good for that part of it. But you just try to get the best you can, do the best work you can, put your heart and soul into it, and you're going to have a nice piece. And that's what I do. Good Lord willing, we'll get her done. I always, oh yeah, I always try to say a prayer. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's a verse from Genesis. I believe that's Genesis 1. I'll have to look, but I not like another one. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. Love those verses. I love the Bible. I love all the books of the Bible. We do Bible study around 6 p.m. We try to do it every night. We miss some nights because things going on, but we always make it a point. God is always first in your life. You always want to have the Lord first, your wife, and then your children. That's how it's meant to be. That's the way it's written, and that's the way it should be. Because God should always be the center of your universe. Without Him, we wouldn't have, I wouldn't have all this stuff. I wouldn't have the knowledge to do what I'm doing. I wouldn't have the knowledge to learn out the good Lord above. So just keep that in mind. But all right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. We'll have more content and more stuff going on down the road. I just appreciate you all. Leave your comments below. Let me know if you have any ideas, something you want built. Give me a shout out. So God bless you all. Be safe until the next video.